Brothers and sisters, welcome to the first lesson of the My Covenant Path Guide. Some of you may have experienced this before, and if you haven't, that's okay. It's not going to be hard to imagine. You're walking into a school cafeteria, perhaps work cafeteria. You scan the room quickly, looking for a place to sit down and join some people, but every chair is full. So as this social pressure starts to mount on you, or you're just standing there awkwardly, you quickly find a chair at an open table and you sit there by yourself. Yeah, it's no fun to be able to do that. The good news is that on this path, there are people who want to pull up a chair and welcome you in and have you sit with them. And when you're done in this metaphorical cafeteria, they're ready to lace up their boots and walk with you on this covenant path through the highs, the lows, and everything in between. I'm Mark Rufty. And if you're new, returning, or exploring the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, this podcast is built for you. Together, we're going to tackle the ups and the downs, build your testimony line upon line, precept upon precept, until you're geared up for a joyful, lifelong membership in the church. Today, we're diving into the first lesson, making friends with members of your ward. We're going to unpack how these bonds aren't just social, but they're covenant lifelines for you that can turn strangers into supports to help you through this transition into the church. Okay, so let's dive in and see how this path can anchor you to Christ, one step at a time. Okay, you likely already have buddies from your work or the neighborhood, ones that you may have even known for quite some time. Friendships are usually formed in something common, perhaps the school you went to, the neighborhood you live in or grew up in, or even the fantasy football league where you lost and had to do that embarrassing punishment. But how about ward connections? You might have a couple at this point, but we're looking to increase that number. These relationships will also be built on something common. Shared covenants like those you made at baptism to bear one another's burdens, or your faith in Jesus Christ and his teachings. It's also based on shared beliefs of the values that we hold dear, like eternal progression, forever families, trust, integrity, accountability, forgiveness, or being a peacemaker. And you're in luck. Wards are packed with diverse folks who come from different backgrounds, who have their own sets of experiences and idiosyncrasies, things that bring them happiness and things that bring them frustration. And while we counsel people to leave these at the door, they also bring their own political beliefs. Members of the ward will bring you so many different emotions as you get to know them. I have found members of the ward and of the church to be beautiful and complicated. They will be there to support you when you need it. And at other times, they will be in desperate need of what God knows only that you can help them through. I've been fortunate to have lifelong friends in the church who were my friends even when I was struggling and not going to church. One friend I've known well before I even knew how to tie a shoe. He's been there for me when I didn't deserve a friend. And while there's no need to get into the details, I will share that I did something when I first started coming back to church as a teenager that was pretty bad. Something where it would have been completely justified for him to be angry with me and never want to be my friend again. I still remember him saying, "It's okay, Mark, I forgive you, and just make it right, and all was forgiven." That's cool for people to say, but then he actually did it. He didn't make it hard for me. And if he had made it hard, man, it would have made the road back so much rougher, so much more difficult. Now my buddy's he's fighting cancer, and it's been rough to watch this person who I care so much about battle through it. Battle to the point where he's said that he's felt ground down like powder. But battle he has, and it's been my turn to be there for him. When I feel he might be down, I find the goofiest, funniest, sometimes too extra of a video to send over to him and hopefully bring him a smile and give him some encouragement to make it through what he's going through. And I think now he knows, if he didn't know before, that I'm going to be there for him. And I know that he's going to be there for me through anything I'm facing. That deep friendship didn't happen all at once. Friendships don't just get transplanted, they grow, sometimes faster and sometimes slower. But they all start with an introduction. Each school year, I remind my kids that making friends is easy. It starts with, "Hi, my name is," "What's your name?" "Where are you from?" "What do you like to do?" Those three little questions generally get you started, and then nature will take its course. The good news is that since you're the newcomer, you're in a target-rich environment, so to speak. Everyone you meet is a new potential bestie. It will require you, though, to put yourself out there. I encourage people to get to church 15 to 30 minutes early. And instead of just immediately going down and finding a spot on a pew, I encourage you to stand in the foyer. And that interaction you have with others, that'll give you and them an opportunity to introduce themselves and yourself to them. And then maybe somebody will invite you to sit with them, or perhaps you can invite someone to sit with you. What I would say is listen to the Holy Ghost. You now have the gift of the Holy Ghost. Listen to what comes to your mind and into your heart. God might just be looking to plant a relationship in your soul. And I get it. Not everyone is an extrovert. My wife is an introvert. And I love how she draws her energy from quiet presence. So if reaching out to others feels like a trial of your faith, and again, I get it, don't worry. You don't need to have this long, full conversation with people. Even just being in proximity, even just shaking hands or sitting next to somebody will bring energy and help you feel connected. And if someone asks you to sit with them, don't worry. You're not signing up to be someone's bestie for the rest of your life or have this long, extensive conversation, because soon the sacrament meeting is going to get started. But you are opening the door for possibilities. And what I'll say is don't wait to start. Be proactive. You might at this moment think that all is well and that you've got the friends thing covered. What I'll say is you don't know what the road ahead is going to be like. Multiple times this year, I've been caught off guard by major blows. I don't think I've done anything to deserve these trials, but they came anyways. And some of these people that hurt me were actually those who were supposed to always have my back, but they became the people causing the hurt. And want to know what carried me through? Well, yeah, God, my trust in Him, Jesus Christ, my wife, my beautiful wife, and my kids. They're all amazing. But on top of that, I had amazing friends who reached out to me, who would send me a quick text message, just at sometimes the right moment, giving me something encouraging. Or they would take me to lunch or send me gifts. Whatever they did, they were doing things to help me put one foot in front of the other during some of the biggest trials that I faced. Okay, let's get into the scriptures. From the guide, this post-baptism kickoff roots you in Ephesians 2:19. Ye are no more strangers, but fellow citizens with the saints and of the household of God. And what's a good tool for you as you become fellow citizens? Well, there's an app for that. Download the Members Tool app in either Android or Apple. And don't worry if you don't know your login, head over to your ward clerk. And if you don't know your ward clerk, well, guess what? That's another introduction for you. They'll help you get set up. Once you log in, update your information, include a photo, something recent. No need to relive the glory days. Help somebody put a name with a face. And while you're in the directory, take a look around, see who else is there. It'll help you put a name with a face. You can also explore to see who is in your ward's leadership positions, who the Relief Society president is, who the Elders Quorum president is, who's in the bishopric, who is in Sunday school. You'll quickly find out who are these different people who are giving everything they can to help this ward be a little piece of Zion. All right. Now, speaking of those that can help, you may have already been assigned ministering brothers or ministering sisters. They're a great place to start for guidance. And since we're on the subject of ministering brothers and ministering sisters, if they're listening, I encourage them to snag the supplemental guide that's in the notes. All right, now I have a challenge for you. This week, nail down one new name and perhaps make it a goal to get to know one new name each week going forward. And pretty soon, you'll know the entire ward. All right, and here's a few questions for you to consider. There's 3 questions. How could a variety of ward friends, from hobby buddies to deep talk anchors, bless your life right now? Next up, what's one small deposit you can make into a ward relationship this week? Perhaps it's just a quick hello or offering to give someone a ride who needs it. Last question, think of someone facing a trial right now. Really listen during Sunday school or Elders Quorum or Relief Society, or if you're in the youth, some other youth that may be experiencing something, really listen for that. Again, listen to what the Holy Ghost is telling you. Who can you be a friend to right now? Brothers and sisters, transitions can be tough. As you journey on this path, sometimes there will be missteps by you and others, especially when you're making friends. I encourage you to bring a giant bag of grace with you as you do. Give grace to each other and move forward with faith. And know that you've made the right choice. The thing is now to stick with it. Okay, until we meet again, let your testimony be a light for others. It may be the only light that they have. I love you, and I'll see you next time as we take steps together on the covenant path.